It's back o'clock.
Hell yeah, it's back o'clock.
Are we back?
We are back. This time it's me.
It's Rusty.
It's easy to get confused because Ian and I are playing the same game and we maybe didn't plan this super well.
You are not playing the same.
No.
Well, we're playing the same generation.
Yep.
No, you're playing different generations.
No, you're right. We are
You're
both
playing on the same system.
We are playing on the 3DS though.
Yep.
Um,
I always forget that Oras is Gen 6 and not
That
Gen
was
7.
a large pumpkaboo that just spawned.
yeah.
Oh my god,
It is a ROM hack of Alpha Sapphire. There's a dude called Drayano who makes hacks that make games more difficult, but also balance some things.
I have just a bit of caveat. This is not Omega Ruby. It's Omega Rusty. Hey, it's a bad joke, and I regret it.
Yeah.
But that's how we roll here.
I'm super glad you interrupted my explanation to make that joke too. That was important.
Well done, bud.
It's not even Ruby, it's Sapphire. It's a sinking Sapphire.
Yeah, this is sinking Sapphire.
Yeah.
So here we are. You can see my team up there on stream.
Rusty, how can we see your team?
Well, we use PokeLink. It is free software, and if you pay for it, you get updates like seriously almost weekly. It's absurd.
Yeah.
And it is a really, really great program for streamers that hooks into your really, really real consoles.
So you're saying all I have to do is go to patreon.com/PokeLink and I could get it from my own stream?
You could.
Oh, but doesn't manually changing every single Pokemon take so much time and effort, Rusty?
It does. That's why for everything but Sword and Shield, you don't have to do it manually.
Yeah, everything except the Switch games. There's automatic tracking.
You can even swap Pokemon in the menu, and it moves them around. You can see me do that on the stream right now. This is not a sponsored anything. We just love the software. I have legitimately started using it even when we're not streaming.
Rusty, they're trash talking your Sentret.
First off, how dare you? How absolutely dare you? Second, what gives you the right? Third, I will probably get better Pokemon.
No, Cocoon is good, Rusty. Trust me.
There are some boosts. Beedrill is probably better than the base game.
To reiterate, Drayano tends to do a little bit of stat changes, balancing, does moveset changes. He also will do some like type changes, like
Luxray being electric dark is the one that I like to use.
Yeah.
Rusty, Butterfree doesn't have amazing attack. I would use the super effective Gust instead of the neutral Bug Bite.
I don't wanna.
And that's your right. Oh. It's a speedrunner strat to skip super effective text, so you are really going for the optimal strat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's what I call us here at Team Cobrastryke Lightning Bolt optimal.
Yes.
I do want to put my boy Act in front because I want him to be happy.
I think happiness accumulates no matter where they are in the party.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be in battles.
I think leveling up helps, and you will get more experience if he's in the battle. And you don't have the EXP share yet, so in that way it does. But walking should increase happiness too.
Friendship is a weirdly
It's complicated.
Yeah, it's super complicated.
There's a whole point system, and you cannot see it in any way.
Yeah,
there are some in-game clues that you can get, mostly by talking to specific people who we also don't have access to.
Yeah, there are NPCs that'll tell you.
Now you are, as I understand it, a battle away from the EXP share, or at least in the vanilla game you would be.
Yeah, I don't
not
think he
familiar
does a
with this
whole lot of like event changing
Yeah.
in this. It's more just a balance.
I don't know. Yeah, how robust those tools are for Gen 6.
Yeah, I also don't know.
Yeah.
Also,
did you already do the?
I think
the
I did.
battle
I
there?
think I did this at the end of last.
Yeah.
stream.
Now that I'm remembering, I think you did at the end of the last one.
Mhm.
Beat him.
Yes, Weege was level 8 when I turned the emulator on, and he has not been in battle.
Okay. You have the EXP share.
Yes.
You still get more EXP if it's actually participates.
Oh my
So it's
boy!
not an Unvalid strategy.
I already have a shroomish.
I can tell that because it's got the
Get the little Pokeball marker.
little icon there.
Shroomish is Shroomish and Breloom are legit. Yeah, I named him Lump. I remember.
He's lump. He's lump. He's lump. He's in my head.
Nathan also made it. That joke.
No, and Nathan and I were sharing the brain cell because that's exactly the song that I named him after.
Yeah. What is that? Is that the President of the United States?
Yes.
I'm so smart.
It's not like
It's
not like the one rock station we listen to has been playing that for
30
20
years.
20 years, yeah.
It's also one of the very first songs I learned on electric bass.
that scans.
The first song that I learned was Bittersweet Symphony.
Yeah, don't you hate that song now?
Yeah. Oh, that was quick.
I think he may have messed with the threshold.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not complaining.
Hey, look, better Pokemon.
I did it, Wuxorn. How do I say your name?
Waxorn, wax off.
I don't 100% trust that that's accurate, Nathan. I'm going to be real
Rusty,
honest with
I've seen
you.
Karate Kid. I've seen Karate Kid. I know that's how it's done.
Okay.
Ether.
Matilda found an ether.
I forgot that I named her Matildo.
I think that was a combination effort.
This is Petalburg Recon Team checking in. I'm afraid we have to begin with an apology, Mr. Matt. It's not good news. The mission is a no-go. A little something cropped up and got in the way. Roger that. Got it, will do. I'll continue investigating that energy we detected. I'm lady.
Sorry. I'm sorry, sir. A literal child got in our way.
But that kid sure had some promise as a trainer, I'd say.
Remember that when we called back into it in the post game and I don't know, 20 episodes.
Is that really what that set up?
Yep.
That was the setup for the Delta episode?
Hell yeah, it
Right
was.
there.
Yep.
I don't even know if we're gonna do the Delta episode on
I have no idea.
stream. The Delta episode is dope.
Only if you like riding a dragon to space.
Scatterbug.
I don't know. I don't know why I said it like that, because that is really dope.
Going to space.
Oh, yeah. You get to
Go into space.
Yeah, you get to. I don't know. This game's been out a long time. I don't feel like it's a spoiler at this point, but spoilers, I guess. Yeah, no, you get to ride Rayquaza up to space and absolutely throw hands with Deoxys. Because if there's one thing that throughout Pokemon media that has kept consistent,
It's that Rayquaza wants to throw hands with Deoxys.
Is that Rayquaza wants to and will fuck up Deoxys' day.
I do like the idea of, like, as an Emerald, you bring Rayquaza down and he's just like, let there be peace between the two fighting factions here. And he just kind of shows up and they sink back down into the ground.
Yeah.
And then consistently throughout the entirety of Pokemon media, every time Rayquaza gets some sort of whiff of a Deoxys nearby, it is absolutely just...
It is on site.
We need to end this motherfucking virus.
It is on site. And it is hilarious.
Rusty, do me a favor, and you see those kind of empty squares?
Yeah, I know.
Talk to them.
There's like 3 or 4, like
one of them has a secret item.
no, like 2 of them, like
I forget them.
a weirdly decent amount of them have item, at least in the vanilla game.
I also, speaking of Rayquaza, I remember a conversation that I had with Nathan every time I remember Rayquaza for the first time in a while. I remember Nathan and I were talking, and I was like, who thought Rayquaza needed an evolution, or needed a mega evolution? And Nathan said, with the absolute most disdain that I've ever heard anybody muster, the same person that thought Mewtwo needed 2 of them. I can't do a good impression of the voice he used. It was frightening how much hatred he said it with.
It wasn't hatred. It was fascination with the decision-making process that Game Freak used.
It was disgust.
It was disgust.
This is the same person who made Charizard have 2 of them.
No, you used Mewtwo.
Oh, I'm sure I used Mewtwo at the time. But Charizard needed 2 of them too, because Charizards are special.
Nathan was just tired of dealing with Mewtwo and competitive.
Mewtwo's like never been, or like since Generation 4, it's not like super like relevant in the competitive scene. Really since Generation 3, because anything you would want to do with Mewtwo, Deoxys just kind of does. Even Mega Mewtwo.
I found a Pokeball. I found a Super Potion.
Yeah. You can, if you tiptoe
I'm a
by the
sneak
window.
No,
Oh,
it was a
damn it.
Togepi.
Oh, I'm gonna get that Togepi.
I don't know if entering this battle despawned it or not.
In this game, I believe so. It does.
This one knows is not randomized. This is a hack by Drano.
Drayano.
I have no idea how you pronounce it.
I believe it is
Correct.
Drayano, but it has been a while since I read it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Drayano because everybody shortens it to Dre.
I mean, Drano would short to Dre too.
Yeah, but Drano is like what you find under the sink. Drano is what killed your little brother when he was 2. That was a terrible joke, and I'm sorry.
Certainly what made you call poison control. Jesus Christ, Rusty.
Drayano.
Yeah, it doesn't appear that I'm looking up his Twitter now, and it does look like he has a second A, so I think it is Drayano.
Yep.
Sure wish I hadn't used my only paralysis heal just to get the same Pokemon paralyzed at the next fight. Also, super glad I said paralyzed.
I was gonna say
Jesus! Every time one of those boys pops up in the grass, I get a fight. How am I supposed to sneak? Does a repel the sneak fights?
If I recall correctly, it does not. But the simple solution is just don't be in the grass when you're running around.
I feel like he's boosted the encounter.
It's possible.
I think so, but you said it was a Togepi, and I want. So, and I'm not doing any kind of challenge. We're not doing a Nuzlocke or anything. I'm just exploring this hack.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Nathan and I are the ones that are chronic Nuzlockers.
that was not a Togepi. I think that was a Combi.
Well, if it's a lady, we'll use it over.
I can only
Beedrill
tell from the
and
cry,
Butterfree.
and I don't always hear it very well. Ha! That's
Good
a lady.
shit.
We'll grab it and swap out for Butterfree. Butterfree is great, and Dre hacks it to be good, but I've never used a Combi legitimately, so here we go. We are locked into using our kind of middling special attack until we get a physical one. But our Meryl is very good now.
So what was I going to say? So Vespiquen, is one of those Pokemon that like is really fucking cool to look at, but doesn't have the greatest stats.
It's an interesting mon. I would agree. It's not. I think Butterfree peaks harder.
Oh, for sure.
But
again,
but
I have no idea how to compare them in a Dre hack.
yeah. But also, Vespiquen really hits the rule of cool for me, so I'm really glad we're going to use one.
It's a cool looking mon, and heal order, attack order, defend order are cool moves.
I was gonna say it has a big set of unique moves.
Yeah. So that's kind of neat. But Butterfree and to a more impressive extent, Vivillon are probably better because they get Sleep Powder Quiver Dance.
Yeah.
Which is just busted.
Plus
the Compound Eyes boost, which again is good.
Nose, give me a letter.
He has already beat you to it, Rusty.
Oh, okay. Beyonce. Okay.
She's Queen Bee, Rusty.
But instead, Rusty, do the E with the accent mark there on the right.
I used that one. So
You got it.
yeah, you did it. I have been doing in my spare time a Wonderlock. I use that E, the E in Wonderlock.
You can
Which
even
one?
use the accent ew.
The last E.
Wonderlock A. Is Cricket Tot? Oh, we can have 2 runs with the Cricket Tune.
I really don't want to do a mono bug run.
You don't want to.
I do want that.
You don't want to turn down for Cricket Tune?
It's a boy bee.
Yes.
All right, how much time am I going to spend here looking for a Togepi? Probably not a lot more. I could what?
Okay,
Oh.
you could come back.
I
Also.
could. Yeah, I could come back off stream. That's true. It will still be here. We must have been fated to meet.
I mean, in the way that like the programmer puts you here, I guess.
Go act.
So,
up.
what are you going to do today? Oh, I think I'm going to head out to Route 4 and stand there for the rest of my life.
No. Confused your... I don't know what animals is based off of.
It is an aqua mouse.
That's not a real thing.
Oh, no, there's not like... Aqua mouse isn't a real species, but it is the aqua mouse Pokemon. It is not the octo mouse Pokemon. That would be very crazy.
I cannot
Nose-
wait to get Aqua Jet.
Yeah. Nose, you're really living it up in Hoenn. Aqua Jet, I think in the vanilla game, is only a...
Did you go away?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear
Yes.
us? Okay.
I hate that this idiot child used a potion on this Vulpix.
I don't think she's an idiot child.
She's a rich girl.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Thank you.
I wasn't gonna. You gotta finish it. I wasn't gonna give it to him.
The lady and rich boys, they have this
healing
thing where
items, yeah.
they have healing items and they give you a ton of money when you beat them.
Yeah.
And if I recall correctly, at least in the Gen 3 games, the Pokemon are all holding nuggets, so
And
you can thief them.
Yeah, you could thief them and do that. I do remember that.
If memory serves.
Man, they are leaning heavily on
Yeah.
status and abilities here.
Yeah, they use a full restore on their level 4 Zigzagoon.
We beaming.
You talking about my boy Winston?
I think he actually typed Winstony, which would make him Winstony the Jabroni.
Why are you the way you are?
Dab.
Waruto.
They can't see me on screen, so I have to say dab when I dab so they know I'm...
And he didn't dab. He's lying to you.
Wow.
If I know Nathan and Ian, one of them just lied. And I'm pretty sure I know which one.
Stand by side and split in a road. One always tells the truth.
The one always
One
lies.
always lies.
Oh shit.
Which one was dabbing? Dab in the direction of your village. Dab in the direction of your brother's village. My favorite version of that is, man comes home from work, his wife from guarding the split between two roads, and his wife says, "Honey, what's wrong?" And he's like, "Nothing." And she's like, "What would the other guard told me was wrong?" I messed that up, but you get the gist.
My favorite one is, you come to a labyrinth that is guarded by 3 guards. One lies, one always tells the truth, and one stabs you if you ask tricky questions. That one always gets me. Oh yeah, $1,400. Weege! Weege the Beege.
Rusty, you can't just say that on
Yeah, we
Twitch.
can't talk about that on stream.
But he's a Beege now.
Thanks, Rusty.
I don't actually want Fury Attack.
Not
I do want Twin Needle.
yeah, I was going to say.
Generally a good move.
I do want it over Bug Bite even, right? Because it's higher... Oh, no. It's lower damage, but may poison. I'm going to put it over String Shot.
What's the trivia? There for a while, Twin Needle was the only thing that could poison a Steel type.
Yes.
Is that it?
Because it was capable. It was the only move that was able to poison that wasn't poison type, and so while status moves that were poison type that poisoned failed on steel types, there was a programming oversight that allowed Twin Needle to induce poison on steel, and I think poison types too, because it was a bug move instead of a poison. So due to a programming oversight, it had a chance.
But
It
now
was
you've got that
Gen,
ability
up to Gen
that lets you poison steel types on
Yes.
what's her face.
Yep. On Salandit and Salazzle.
Corrosion, right? Is the-
Correct.
Yeah, that's the one.
Which kind of
No, it says audio is a bit.
like game audio or us?
Yeah,
or...
is it game audio or me?
everything.
Oh, just yes. Okay, I can fix that.
That is a lot easier of an answer to fix.
Yeah, if everything, I can just I can just move one bar.
Quietness is very yes.
Going over there still.
Yes. Very yes.
Thanks.
All right, Waruto. Let's fight this
Forgot.
Eevee.
Forgot we named him fucking Waruto.
About to get that adaptability suite. Those are some furious swipes, Rusty.
Why, thank you.
Now they're substantially less furious.
Yeah.
Does that Eevee have Prankster?
No, Baby Doll Eyes has priority
Why does it have priority?
because you can look cute really fast.
Okay. That just feels odd.
You can.
Nose,
But,
is our
like-
volume better?
But like, glare doesn't. And you can.
Well, it takes a while to look mean. You gotta like get your mug in just the right face. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I get flame charge, so Duffley can go faster.
You gotta go fast. Gotta go fast.
Also allows you to use your
Physical attack rather than your special attack.
Yeah. Butterfree gets poison powder. I kind of want. Not more than any of these, though.
You did it. You figured out the menu. I had to do it 2 more times.
sleep powder is always
There's a compound eyes versus boosted sleep powders.
one I always do.
But I just like it because it has so much synergy with Quiver Dance.
I'm not going to have either of these long enough to really be worrying about their moveset. I might pull the Butterfree back out later, though. If I need to. It's good. But I'm trying to use things I haven't used before, kind of. Or interesting and unique things. Okay. We're going to go ahead and have a bug fight.
Your Kanto bugs?
Yeah. Give them a good last fight before they get stuck in the box for the rest of the game.
Are you saying you don't want to use your bugs in the rock gym?
Yeah.
Ghost is super effective instead.
More like Blow-Tad, am I right?
Nathan, you can't talk about your blow on stream.
Rusty,
We here at Cobrastryke Lightning Bolt do not condone the whatever.
really, really doubling down on the just say no there, huh, bud?
We've never said just say no. If it's legal in your jurisdiction, use whatever, man.
You could have swapped the Mons there and got the 4 times super effective on Cottony.
Okay. But The 2 times still one-shotted it, so...
Oh, yeah, it shouldn't matter.
Nathan was just telling you the optimal play because we're known for being optimal.
It's like tying me to a chair and like somebody is playing Pokemon suboptimally. I can't not say something.
That's how you torture Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do it physically. You just play Pokemon badly.
Thank you, Rusty.
Oh, that's the wrong thing. Hold on.
Yeah, I think you meant correct.
There we go.
God, I forgot we had that.
Yeah, I do tweet at Hugh's name.
We mostly have the correct command to piss me off.
That is correct.
That's like 90% of what that command's for.
This fish is pissed!
That's not the fish this guy normally has.
No, he's got a really, really long fishing pole. Caught it from another continent.
All the way from Unova.
Yeah.
Solid useless crit.
Yeah, I was about to say, I really just love it when you when you crit on like a 5 HP left. It's just the best.
My favorite is doing that and then on like Pokemon Showdown or something and then typing crit man.
Oh, you're just the worst. I was gonna tell you that that if you kept him in, that a headbutt probably was with a crit gonna kill.
Is Electro Web not... Electro
By
Web
the
is
way-
special, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it is. That crit did actually matter.
Yes. By the way, what did I say? Literally seconds.
Yeah.
Munch.
No bite.
You crunch him. You munch him.
God, this boy is so bitey. Stop!
Crit.
Oh my
And
god.
the flinch.
Crit and the flinch. This Basculin is just gonna sweep the team.
It might. I'm not in great condition right now.
Richo. A weird move.
Why did you swap to Uproar then?
Hold your shit.
So that you can't put him to sleep. 5-head move.
I don't have a good move here.
Bubble Beam's gonna do the most damage. I didn't say it would do a lot of damage, I said it would do damage. Okay, so does switching him out into something else matter? I would probably use the free switch here.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what my plan is after he's dead.
You go into Butterfree and use Electro Web, that'll kill him.
No, I think Mero's got this. See, look, that's him having it.
Nathan was wrong.
No, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound like me.
Sometimes I hate you.
That is correct.
Well, that sucked.
More like Asculin.
Struggle Bug is physical, correct?
Struggle
Correct.
Bug is special.
Oh, then I want that.
Hold on, you might...
What?
I was gonna say, you might actually look at its base power, but...
So many levels up.
You did have about half. I think you had 4 Mons come out in that fight.
My
More
Goral.
importantly,
The one that's evolving is the one that didn't come out in the fight.
we know for certain that that's a male Torchic.
We do know that.
Right. Because of the butthole.
Precisely.
Are we going to give context to that statement?
I don't think we need to.
Go look up the gender difference in Torchic.
It's hilarious.
So
Yes, Torchic has a gender variation in that all male Torchics have a 1 pixel black spot on their butt.
and for some reason they've been consistent on that, since
has
like
been kept since Gen
like
4.
Gen 4.
When gender variations were introduced.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's a reference to how you actually sex chicks when they're infant. Rusty, you could wake me up. Wake me up inside.
Can't wake up.
I can't wake up.
That's correct, Nose. It's just a male Torchic.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of things that I'm going to work on.
I was wondering if you would do it.
Secret. I got a secret.
And it was sure worth it.
The items
Thinking
don't
you.
seem very edited. This looks
Maybe
like
not.
he just applied the his normal Pokemon changes to this hack.
Well, he probably changes more stuff later on.
Yeah.
But leaving the beginning of the game mostly vanilla seems...
Yeah. Nose, that's the butthole.
There's a 1 pixel black spot on his ass.
Yep.
Have you checked your butthole? Skid up, beat up, boot up. That's a song that I'm quoting. I did not make that up just now.
Yep.
In a ROM hack, it is important to speak to everybody in the Pokemon Center.
Has anybody told you have the looks of a delinquent?
Sometimes the dialogue in these games makes me want to quote them at students at my real job.
Let's see. In the vanilla game, I think at this point you can get the float stone and a premier ball.
Boss Swipe is kind of cool to have already.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you should get that pretty early on.
I have 12. Oh, I need to look at my party.
Also, you should get cut while you're around.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can actually get it before the gym battle or
You
not.
absolutely can get it before the gym battle.
I think you can in Ruby and Sapphire. I'm not 100% sure. You probably can, but I'm not 100% sure about
I
it.
literally did it.
I'm sure you did. I believe you.
In the vanilla game, you could absolutely do it.
Is this the one where you have to unlock the functionality to swap?
Yeah, I think you get it by like talking to Lynette. I like your mushroom, Rusty.
Yeah, his name's Lump.
Ooh, and Beyonce already knows a field move. I bet I know what it is.
Yeah.
Sweet sand.
Okay, let's check stats of those boys and girls. So Lump has poison heal, so I'm just gonna get him a poison orb.
It's not a bad idea.
We got
Good.
absorb, tackle, stem, spore, leech seed, and that's just neutral stats? I'll take it.
It looks like a neutral nature.
Yeah.
Beyonce,
If you wanted to go,
Beyonce is very sad.
Plus special attack minus plus
special attack is not great.
Yeah.
Plus special. I want to say Vespiquen uses.
I want to say it's a special.
Maybe both. I forget.
Vespiquen a mixed sweeper.
You could be a real one and get toxic before battle by like getting something with poison point or something.
What do you look like, Pichu?
Base 80 attack, base 80 special attack. Ugh, base 40 speed.
Pukachuo. I think we're going to leave that slot open, boys and girls. See what we catch. But here we will see one of my favorite changes because it gives a huge amount of coverage to a lot of mons. Dre tends to make the cut HM grass type. And boosted its power a lot.
70.
Yeah, from I think
50 in the vanilla game, if memory serves.
I couldn't remember if it was 50 or 60.
Knows the tracker should resync when he gets in it.
Yep.
Or if he like changes his party around or something.
I don't need to hit ghost types.
Writing that down.
Oh, yeah, it'll be a little bit weird when you go from 6 Pokemon to 5. I think that's what's happened.
He said, if I recall correctly, it should resync when you get in another battle if you were to move your team right.
I don't want to. That's a flower.
It is a flower.
I thought it was a Pokeball.
You can call me Flower if you wanna. I mean, it lets you hit other grass types. It's good for the early game.
What's the same?
Hello.
Hello.
You must be the new challenger. I am Roxanne.
I am Roxanne!
You don't have to wear that dress tonight.
I became a gym leader. If you defeat me, until then, farewell. Oh, you're just... Okay.
What?
I normally go north and go to the cave and get 2 other catches before I do this gym, but...
Oh, you're right. I should do that, huh? Especially since I only have 5 Mons.
It's your game.
Yeah, you're right. No, I just wasn't even thinking about it. That was a skitty.
Hold on. That's not how that's supposed to work.
What happened?
He was looking...
Somehow saw you while facing down.
Yeah, he was facing down.
Oh, I did not see that.
Wow, Rusty, you're really hyping this Pokemon up and can't even use it.
Ow.
I do like the idea of Dudley just going, ow! Oh, jeez, man, right in the face.
Joe Hick. So when Dovely evolves again, we
Yeah.
talked about it last week, how when it evolves, it stands on its hands and its feet become its arms, right?
No.
Yes.
No, we're done. We're not doing this again.
Do you think its face just kind
We're
of
not doing this again.
schlorps down its torso? Or does it kind of sink in and then pop back out at the other side of the torso?
So I always interpret it as it's just kind of like its arms and legs sort of swap places.
Oh, the arms and legs. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just so stupid.
Okay, Nose, well, explain.
God damn it. No, this is not your fault, Adam. This,
Okay,
Adam, I want you to know what's about to happen.
okay, so Adam, if you really want an illustrated guide, you just need to bring up a picture of Combuskin, and you need to bring up a picture of Blaziken and place them next to each other.
Adam, before we go on, I want you to understand that you don't have to do this. You can stop.
Yeah. Yes.
We don't have to do this bullshit that Nathan is about to do.
Yes, it did. Hold on. Unban.
I need to look at the Nightbot stats again.
It shouldn't be banned. What did it?
But he did it all, so it pinged him.
Oh.
I need to turn that off all the way.
Yeah.
I don't mind the all caps spam.
Yes. So Adam, I think you see what I was explaining to Ian that sort of broke his brain.
It's
When Combuskin evolves into Blaziken, his feet become his hands, and his hands become his feet. And what we mean by that is
no. What Nathan means by that. There's no we in this.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I agree with Nathan's assessment here.
Yeah.
God damn it! I've had friends that were wrong before. It's so
Do you
rusty.
do you know why I
Why
agree
you-
with his assessment here?
Mostly to piss me off.
Well, chat knows why.
Okay, so
Because Nathan is correct. I get it.
in Combuskin, the wings are covered in feathers, of course, and then they end in the claws. But with Blaziken, the quote-unquote arms don't do that. They're hard and scaly, like his feet. His Blaziken's quote-unquote feet are covered in feathers and end in claws.
Okay, but we've seen Combuskin evolve,
Yeah,
and that's not what happens when he evolves.
yes it is.
We don't really see what happens when it evolves.
Hold
Leo is
on.
cool because like it goes into that shadow thing where we see the silhouette. We see the silhouette change, but that leaves a whole lot to the imagination because it just flashes between the two faster and faster until it gets there.
Yep.
So we actually don't technically see it. And why did I choose Torchic as my starter? Because I love round burbs.
Okay, so we saw
And-
that.
Sure was a convenient pan away, huh?
And Combuskin
Oh
is
my God,
really,
really?
really good.
Yeah.
That's how.
Nathan, what are you showing What are you showing?
Ian
him?
has
Hold
pulled
on.
up the footage in the anime of Mace Combuskin evolving into a Blaziken.
And he says that there's a convenient cutaway. And...
I'm not saying there isn't. I mean, come on.
Oh, hold on.
So I think he just like flops around and stands on his hands, and then his face just kind of zoops down his torso.
Yeah.
Yeah, we use Mega
I
Drain.
like all three Hoenn starters. I would have a hard time choosing my favorite.
Whatever. This isn't worth it to me. You can think that. Whatever.
Kanto has some cool starters. I like all the Kanto starters.
Yeah, I love all of the starters.
I think that was a Herdier. That's a Skitty, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
This might
I
be dogs and cats.
Oh no, that's not. That's a Furfrou, not a Herdier.
I think he put all the dogs and cats into this grass patch.
That's pretty neat.
I know. Lots of people have lots of opinions about the starters, but I really like them all. They
Is Furfrou fast? I know my lumpy boy is not extremely quick.
70-ish speed, if memory serves.
Baby doll reduces my attack, right? Yeah, I'm still
Yes,
special
it's
right
a-
now, so we're
Basically, it's a priority growl. Actually, it's pretty fast. Base 102.
yeah, it's its highest stat.
good. No wonder I can't run. Okay, well, it's just going to
Its
get
highest raw stat. Let's put it that way.
it's going to get sipped on.
None of them are, you know.
Oh,
I haven't used one in Gen 6, but I have used one in Gen 7. I really enjoyed it.
Shroomish is really bad until it evolves.
And then it learns Mach Punch.
Then it learns Mach Punch. Yeah, I used Furfrou too in my first run of. I think I used X for mine, but he's decent. He get real thick.
Yeah, Cotton Guard is just stupid. It's just like, oh, physical damage doesn't happen to me anymore.
You could just give Furfrou plot armor.
I used one in my blind nuzzle of Ultramoon, and I named it Edna Mode.
I remember that. I have not used a Furfrou. One of those on an extremely long list of. Yeah, I'd like to use that Pokemon one day.
I feel that way about every Pokemon.
There are some Pokemon I'm okay with not using.
Yes, I want Psybeam.
The Pokemon Bruxish exists, and
Bruxish is good. I like
I'm
it.
Why
not sure
did you
that's-
make me remember Bruxish? Nathan and I had different reactions to that, huh?
I have used Bruxish in a competitive team, and I actually kind of liked it. But I do have a soft Pokemon or a soft spot for the Pokemon that are like freaky looking and people don't know
that are
what they're like.
ugly as shit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Waruto.
Barbarackle's kind of in
I do not
family.
like that Barbarackle has a thumb.
I actually like Barbarackle.
Yeah, I think it's pretty bad.
I think Barbarackle's cool. I am not of the same opinion about Zish.
Slash is a cool move to get at this point.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking that too, especially because like Blaziken gets it at like 40.
It's generally a fairly late game.
Yeah.
Jinx.
Oh, here we go. This is our catch. I mean, we can catch however many things we want, but
Yeah.
It's not rivalry. That's nice.
Yeah, I think Intimidate is, I don't want to say far and away the better ability, but the shoe fits.
For competitive, Intimidate is really good. And it's also I like it in Sword and Shield on about 50% of the.
Rusty, stop trying to paralyze an electric type.
Is it electric type? It's not. Okay. I did not realize that. I thought that it was immune to paralysis from electric moves. I thought it was getting the same thing that the poison does on steel.
Nope. No, and that oversight is actually...
That's been corrected for several generations now.
Yep.
Well, thank you for pointing that out. I was not paying super close attention, and I figured it just missed.
I think it did actually miss. I think it said it avoided the attack.
Ah. Well, the second time it failed.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I only noticed that because you said something, and I was looking at it.
Yeah.
It's also a Shinx, which
is interesting because that means it checks accuracy before it checks it, which is strange.
I'm sure there are corner cases where that matters especially in like multi battles.
Well, just like from the standpoint of it would make you think like it would work to hit.
All right, Ian, give to me a letter.
B.
Nathan, give to me a letter.
L.
L. And I'm going to go with C. So we need a name that has a B and an L and a C in it, not necessarily in that order. Does anybody want to give us ideas? It needs to include those 3 letters.
Caleb.
Caleb is cool.
I want you to name it Caleb.
Caleb. That's how you spell Caleb.
Calobe.
Hello, Calobe. I guess
It's Calobe.
Guess that's what's happening now.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Calobe.
Should have caught it in a heal ball so that it'd be fully healed.
Yeah, all the heal balls I have. I only have Pokeballs.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know when you get heal balls in this game.
I know I'm right.
I know he's right, too. He has 11 Pokeballs.
Let's get in a fight.
My Pokemon and I rule.
Defeat this child.
Potato.
I saw the name of this youngster. I bet if
Careful, it's going to be a top percentage rat attack.
I was gonna say, I bet if you looked at this rat attack,
A lot of good that Rattata did. That Rattata's stats did. Ow. I apologize for bonking the mic, everybody. RIP headphone users.
I thought that's what that was.
I hit it with my headphones.
I don't remember seeing you get intimidated there. That rivalry. Unless he's tweaked the abilities.
Womp! Grew to level 13. What a
Nathan, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to kill your boy.
Destroy it. You can take it.
It is not Nathan's favorite Pokemon,
Definitely up there, though.
but it is absolutely up there.
Oh, unless he gets swoosed. Boosted flail.
Do you like Fanpy or Donphan more?
I think Fanpy's cuter. If I could have a Pokemon in real life.
So Nathan's favorite Pokemon is Onix.
Yep.
And then probably Kangaskhan?
Ditto.
Ditto. That makes sense.
Is that because of its utility as a breeder?
No, I've always liked Ditto.
But Fanpy's up there. Kangaskhan's up there. I don't know how high, but Aggron's up there.
Aggron's definitely up there.
Nathan and I have. I say Nathan and I. Nathan has a Aggron that's Gen 3 floating around somewhere.
Let's take a look here.
Can you guys name 3 of my top 6? I know
Gallade,
you can name 1. Yeah, you can name Gallade.
Weavile.
Weavile, I don't think is in my top 6.
Okay.
Is Gardevoir in your top 6?
I don't think so. It's probably in my top 10.
Is Ralts in your top 6?
Rowlet is up
No.
there.
Rowlet is in my top 6.
Yeah.
You only need 1 more.
Mamoswine?
If we're talking about competitive battling, probably. But not. I think it's also in my top 10.
I have a really hard time, like, actually, like, I don't know if I can name a number.
There is a favorite Pokemon picker that Cave of Dragonflies does. When I did it in Gen 8, my top ones were Onix, Ditto, Aggron, Typhlosion, Shuckle, Aerodactyl, Terrakion, Darmanitan.
Adam, no, it's not Serena. That's Nathan's favorite.
What does Rusty?
I'm trying to think of, like, the mono types that we've done.
He was really into Bisharp.
He really likes Bisharp, but I don't think that's top 6.
I would have guessed Gardevoir.
Togetic?
Togetic is one of my top 6.
Yeah.
Scorbunny as well, or Cinderace.
Cinderace.
Cinderace is the one that I expected you guys to get.
Stampede, Crocodile, Stoutland, Regice.
Oh, no, it is Togekiss, not Togetic.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Igglybuff, Bulbasaur, Rhydon, Not Stoutland. No.
Oh, I thought I...
Mudsdale, that's it. Fractured, Jigglypuff, Doppler, Venusaur.
Okay,
What?
the dollar is really funny.
I love Doppler.
I'm surprised dollar is as high as it is.
Well, and when we did that first episode of the stream of the Blind Nuzlocke, I absolutely fell in love with Doppler.
You did. There's a reason
Head over heels.
There's a reason it's the only Gen 8 Pokemon here.
I just loved it. And after that, it's Donphan, Cufant, Mamoswine, Electrode, Persian, Kingler, Goomy, Klinklang, and Chingling.
Chingling and Goomy are ones that I'm a little surprised with that.
Oh, I love Chingling. But I love it because of that evolution one.
Right.
And Goomy, again, as a Pokemon, I just kind of fell in love with stock. I like my adorable little blob Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't know if I could, like, pick a number 1 Pokemon. It's probably Typhlosion. Just what it meant to me as, growing up.
And I will link it in the chat, the favorite Pokemon pick.
I think Hitmonlee is also on my top 6 list.
But mine's gonna be filled with Pokemon that I've used. I'm saying I could do it probably 3 or 4 times and get 3 or 4 different answers.
I like to do it when they get it updated for every generation.
Hey, you guys, stop talking for just a second. I think your Discord needs to catch up, and you keep on broadcasting sounds, and it's really, really jumpy.
Yeah.
And I want you to give your Discord a break for like a second, see if that does it. Okay, now give it a shot.
Can you hear us now?
Does it
Oh,
sound
it's
a little better?
still doing it. You're just really warbly. Like I can understand what you're saying, but it's really he wants to dig that tunnel.
We should be back.
Grr.
Rusty, can you hear us?
Oh, that's a little better.
Cool.
Discord is having some issues.
Discord is being fucking.
And it's not perfect.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like I said, I can still understand you guys, and that same sound should be going out to stream, so.
Yep. Wonder what you're going to encounter in here. That's not Wismer.
Oh, that's cool, though. Cut it down to size.
You want to get your shed into?
I don't want to leave a spot in my party open for it, and I don't want to use a shed engine, so
Yep.
I don't really. I've
Shed
used one
engine,
before.
hard to use.
It's really cool and it's a lot of fun, but it is, as you say, hard to use.
It's hard to use, especially if you're in playing with a rule set where you're not able to look up movesets or anything.
Right. And I guess that really is the challenge that I'm doing for this run, is that I could look up what all the changes are, but I'm trying to do it blind. I have some knowledge based on like playing his hacks before. I know what he kind of tends to do. But I am going in blind. For instance, he tends to make Furret kind of a boxer. He gives him all the punches, but he did not on this one, which is interesting to me. I kind of expected him to. That time you were garbled beyond comprehension. We talk about robot sounds, but you're straight up R2-D2 right now. All right, well, we're going to head over to the gym, see what happens there. Yeah, the Dex Nav is cool. I wish that it had continued its functionality in later games, because it's is really a cool piece of that's the school. That's the gym. Yeah, DexNav is really neat. I like the way it functions, and it makes you change the way you look for Pokemon. All right, for those that aren't reading the chat, Nathan and Ian are getting some internet issues. We're going to press on without them. I had not heard that theory, Nose. That's interesting. Oh, he's sturdy. Oh no, I've lost my flying type. Shroomish is strong. Yeah, it super does explain all that. Speaking of fan theories, have any of you heard the theory that the Reggie trio is a reference to World War II? No. Tell me more. Do I want slam? What is your damage? 80. No accuracy. I want slash. I'm keeping slash. Oh. Hone is based on Kyushu, the island where Nagasaki is located. Good start. Okay. I'm like hanging on your every word now, Nose. Location of the Reggies roughly line up with 3 military bases on Kyushu. So do the types have anything to do with it? Like the ice, rock, and steel? First comes Relicanth, last comes Whale Lord. Could be a reference to Little Boy, the first A-bomb, and Fat Man, the second and last A-bomb. Things that are wild, this theory. That's the first thing on the list. Number 4, the cryptic messages in Braille in the seafloor cavern talk about people living in fear underground and the desire for peace. No. Don't blast me with your rocks, bro. Bro, don't blast me with your rocks. Five? That was unnecessary. I don't think you needed to hit me 5 times there, sir. Knowing Explosion, learning their last move at level 89. August 9th was when the last bomb fell. Don't do it. Whew. Man, hitting 5 on a rock blast is rough. I don't need Baby Doll Eyes and Intimidate. I just don't. Shield on. Yes, I'm going to swap into Waruto because he knows Cut. Yeah, it's kind of nutso that it lines up like that. I think the typing still is much more related to Ages of Humanity, especially with the additions in Gen 8. Yeah, the new Reggies kind of make all of that a little different. How absolutely dare you know Flash Cannon? I wonder if they initially did all that and then they specifically added new Reggies just to kind of like move away from that. and also to be cool. Actually, I'm gonna leave in Amara. Yeah, the Ice Age, Stone Age, and Steel Age make more sense. I don't know what Dragon would be, but Electricity lines up with that as well. I like that theory better. Dragon being Middle Ages. Okay. I like legendary Pokemon having like unclear lore that you can kind of discuss and wonder about. It's kind of neat. But I do absolutely prefer to think about that as the ages of humanity rather than the bombs. But like the bombs were really bad and we did that. So like, you know, there's that whole thing. Like we did do a big bomb. Man, we got Lump in the party just in time. This is making this real easy. I like this boy. So I am a little bit concerned about this fight. Dre has made a hack of black and white where he put in other gym leaders. And Roxanne is a really, really hard fight in other hacks. In black and white, he put Roxanne in like the back of the... In black and white 2, he put Roxanne in the back of the first gym. And it's rough. It's a rough fight. So I'm a little bit concerned. You can tell that her theme is not rock types so much as it is fossil types. That's a change that Dre seems to really like. I'm going to... We like Bullet Seed on...
I'm glad that they decided that
on Lump later on. We're going to swap out of Stun Spore, I think, into Bullet Seed. Also, I think I heard an Ian a minute ago. Are we back?
Yeah, internet's back up.
Yay, and you're not warbling.
Yeah, it completely went down for 5 or 10 minutes there.
Yeah. Well, while you were gone,
Oh, this is happening.
While you were gone, Noj shared a wild theory about the Reggie's being a reference to the bombs.
Which bombs? Like all of them?
The atomic ones.
Yeah. I saw a little bit. I'll have to catch up on the VOD.
Caleb 2. This is exciting.
That is exciting. Nathan will probably be joining us here in a moment. But I would never speak for him.
No, I won't.
I mean, that's fair.
And now we can see.
Yep, he's just electric still.
You're right.
Maybe it's only Luxray.
It might be only Luxray. That is interesting.
And maybe he didn't change it because, you know.
Yeah.
We had some evolutions happen there.
Neat.
Yes. Yeah, Dre tends to make Luxray family electric dark instead of just electric. Which, in my opinion, should just be the standard.
Mm-hmm.
I like that it's got the badges in the background when you fight him in the gym.
We were also talking about. Oh, here's one of the changes. Gym leaders have 6 Pokemon. Guys, Nintendo
This was, trying to catch you trying to use a grass type.
They did?
Yep, and they
That
did
is-
catch me using a grass type.
That's a grass type right there.
I am still going to seed it. I don't think he's going to one-shot me. Let's go ahead and move to Caleb because I doubt this has got a ground type move.
He just earthquakes right here, off rip.
Well, he's an intimidated earthquake, so I'm not worried about it. That's enough to stop an earthquake from hurting me, right?
Sure.
I mean, it's probably enough to stop an earthquake from KOing you. Even with Archin's massive attack.
Massive Attack is a good band. A lot of people don't know that they wrote the theme song to House. Also, that song has lyrics. You
I
should check it
vaguely
out.
remember hearing that at some point.
You should check it out if you haven't.
So you talking about the theme song to House made me jump like, okay, what is the theme song? I'm like, wait, isn't it the one that's just like really weird for it? But no, I was thinking of, I think CSI has like,
It's Who Are You?
yeah, Who Are You?
Which thematically, like the lyrics make sense.
Yeah, the theme of the lyrics makes sense.
But it is a weirdly upbeat song
For
murder investigation.
It's kind of a bop.
Yeah. It's for what it is.
No!
That one does know you resist this. You're fine.
Right.
But that one absolutely did know magnitude.
Yeah. That's why I swapped out of Caleb. He had one job in the rock gym. Just to get rid of the flyer.
Just to kill Burb.
Yeah.
Just by sheer quantity, I bet she has a rock water. There's just like too many rock water Pokemon for her not to have.
Well, here's the thing. She doesn't have... This isn't the rock type gym. This is the fossil gym.
Nosepass is not a fossil.
Yes, she does also have a... what's it called? A Pokemon that's considered hers. What's it called? A not unique
Signature Pokemon.
A signature Pokemon. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But even if you are limiting it to fossils, a large percentage of fossil Pokemon are rock water.
That is true. And we have fought some rock waters already. Every junior trainer in here has also had a fossil type. This is the first non-fossil that's been in the gym.
I'm not saying she definitely has one, but I would say the dev would have had to have made a lot of effort not to give her one.
Other one is the cherry. It's the cherry berry.
Yep.
This is really funny that it's got lock on Zap Cannon at level
6.
Level 16.
Yep. And it is going to paralyze me again, huh?
Yeah.
Zap Cannon has a guaranteed paralysis.
Yep.
If you are capable of being paralyzed, it will paralyze.
Are you telling me to swap into Caleb?
I'm not telling you to swap into Caleb. I'm just
Because he has magnitude, and we know that he has magnitude.
explaining the mechanics of the game.
I would stay in here because he's already healed once and all here. So even if you miss or are paralyzed, at least you should heal.
We've got it.
Aerodactyl, Armaldo, Cradilli, Bastiodon, Cranidos,
Turtonator.
Turtonator
No,
was not in
not
this gen.
Not Turtonator, but
Caracosta.
Caracosta is rock water.
Hey!
You're going to have a bug
Tyrantrum.
move. It took me a long time to realize that Anorith had eyes.
Crunchy, come here.
All
He's
right.
just a little guy. It does have cute little googly eyes.
I was gonna say, damn, that did a lot, but
Oh no, Rusty, not your speed.
My speed! Stop. You got to stop peeling every Pokemon.
She does not.
Crit, come on. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast.
Go Fats.
You are right. We got a rock water.
It took so much foresight for me to predict that.
No, you didn't use Foresight. I got rid of Foresight. Warudo doesn't know it anymore.
Yeah, that.
Punk.
Knows I like your fossils.
Oh. Here comes the boy. Hello, boy.
Hello, boy. Take care. Whatever you're barking at, you need to stop. Crunchy's here, and
Yep.
I run. Ooh, they're cool.
Pyro is cool.
Another Pokemon that's on that list of stuff that I really want to use.
It might be on our next monotype stream.
About 4 months ago.
I'm considering doing a mono rock run for the next run.
Yeah.
Twitch
Plays Pokemon. I'm sorry, I was answering Adam there. Twitch plays Pokemon back when that originally came through. Oh god, I remember that in the heyday.
I don't know if the worlds can come together again like that.
No, it's impossible. What were you saying, Rusty?
I'm considering mono rock for my next monotype run, and if I do, it will probably also be a mono fossil attempt, just for shiggles.
Yucks and giggles.
Mm-hmm.
Giggles. So, What was the rationale in throwing him out against the grass type?
Because I thought it was water type.
I know. I just wanted to kind of clown you for a second.
Oh, hey, Act evolved.
Yep. Cradilli is one of those that's like surprisingly hard to hit super effectively. Like grass rock actually covers itself really well.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, well, I was going to sacrifice this and heal up, but that rock tomb did so little damage, I might just see how we do here.
Yeah, I bet you
This is probably decent.
Yeah.
I'm ready for Pagel to evolve someday, but
It's a Gen 5, Mon. Don't expect for it to happen soon.
oh no, have I done it again?
Yeah. Again.
No.
You're beating me to it.
32.
That's not extremely late.
That's its
It's
first
pretty
evolution.
late for a first evolution. But it's not as bad as my last run.
Yeah. Evolves at level 32, and then Gothita evolves at level 41, I think.
Yeah, 41. Ooh, okay.
There was a little sound funkiness there, huh?
A little bit.
Yeah, it got a little fucky there. It's alright. So, Rusty doesn't have it here on his setup.
am so used to playing Sword and Shield that I forgot that the badge tracker even exists.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, there is a badge tracker, badge tracking feature. He doesn't have it shown here. But we actually do have it on my run. We are tracking the pedals you get from trial completion.
Yep.
I'm not saying I'm better than Rusty, but
He's not saying.
because I definitely built the layout.
Yeah,
It was all
Nose,
me.
on my last run, we were doing a mono dark, and Dinos, Vilus, and Hydreigon were on it, and I didn't get Zvilus until right before the 8th gym.
You know, Mons.
Unova, they decided everything was gonna be late.
Yep.
Unova said, "You could have a little evolution as a treat."
Nope.
Nope. Gotta help this nerd out again.
That is true. Alola is weirdly slow. Cries unbeatable.
It's also slow to start, like the games.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Ian got to episode 3 before he beat his first island challenge.
He hasn't even beaten an island. He's just beaten a trial.
Yeah,
Yeah, his first island trial, not... You're right.
yeah,
Challenge
Like,
was the wrong word.
yeah. No, we will do the island challenge.
I think it's technically called a grand trial.
Whatever. Should do that pretty quick into the next episode. But yeah, no, it's the 4th episode before we get on to the second island.
Ew.
Oh, Leo. I love Leo. One of my favorites. Again, because I've used it in...
Too nervous to eat berries. Oh no.
Noise.
Okay. You did look at Leo's kind of weird face, and you're like, I don't want to eat around that.
Rusty?
What?
Oh, never mind. He doesn't say it in this gen. I was going to have you say Roar Pico. like he says in Gen 3.
He might say it later. There's still a chance.
No, like he says it in Devastation, because his emotional support bird has been.
I like your little potty squat there when you save the game.
What I don't like is that my eye is really itchy for some reason. What is happening?
So that's Ninkada.
Yep.
That's Spinnerack?
I believe it is.
It is. What are you
looking-
doing? Come on, get some then. Oh, keelhole it all. It's all his purpose. And you think, and you. Yes, I did cut myself off with the dialogue.
Really like the accent.
Maybe one of the worst decisions that Game Freak has ever made.
You don't like that Purloin stands on two legs.
You don't like that Purloin stands on two
I'm
legs.
not a huge fan.
It was originally a quadruped, too.
Yeah. Been a biped longer.
I know, but they made
There's
that
only 4
decision.
games of that one game.
I know.
Set of games.
Yeah, I'm aware, but they made the decision, and we have to live with it.
Yep.
But
Somebody-
Rusty, why do you have an electric and a grass type? You've already got grass coverage. This is the game with Team Aqua in it.
You could also argue that grass resists electric, which is nice synergy.
You can also argue that 2/3 of
Gives you core, that's pretty cool. And yeah, this region is 7.8 out of 10, too much water.
yeah.
Who is Devin Parts?
No, we know who it is.
They call me Mr. Briny. And you are? Ah, so it's Matildo, is it now? Then I sincerely thank you, Matildo. If there's ever a thing I can do to help you in turn, don't you hesitate to tell me.
I think that Mr. Brittany is a beetle.
If I'm to be found, it will always be at my cottage by the sea near Petalburg Woods. Come, Pico. High time we're underway to home.
When
Awoo,
you-
Pico.
When he takes you out to sea, are you guys going to go in a yellow submarine?
No, the boat's white, Nathan. You know that.
I'm afraid I did not understand what you meant by that, Ian. Roar Pico.
Roar Pico. He doesn't say it in this game. That's a disappointment.
My boy.
Jerry, Jerry, Jerry.
Jerry does suit a Ralts really well, huh? That name just kind of fits.
Oh,
The trainer's name is
How absolutely dare you?
Jerry. Uno reverse card.
I'm still gonna wreck you because your defense is abysmal.
this Ralston know you.
Get
I
magical
feel-
leaf before you evolve. How absolutely dare you?
I was gonna say I feel like that's a little early to get magical leaf.
It is. They made Ralts usable in the early game.
I mean, it's 60 base power non-stab. Perfectly acceptable
No,
level 4.
but it is an offensive move, which Ralts does not get.
You have raised way more Ralstos than I have.
I think it technically gets confusion.
Is that a reap? That may have been a reap.
only you would like hear a Pokemon cry in the background and like.
I lowered this Togepi's attack. Now it can't hit me.
Hey, it could be a hustle Togepi. Who knows?
We don't.
We
It's
will
Dev.
never know.
I love that you heard the cry in the background. Let us finish our conversation and just kind of let it marinate.
To be fair, I'm not 100% sure on that one. I think I'm pretty sure I have.
I think this location is only going to be cats and dogs because of the hack. So it would surprise me if
a sheep was there.
if it was a sheep.
Well,
You can get Mareep here. It's in your deck snap.
Yep.
You're right. It probably was a Marie. That's wild. There is also a Fanpy, so I was wrong about that guess anyway.
But we always have 2 sheep on here. Like me, I'm an alpha.
All about that Sigma grind set.
Oh yeah, that's what they're doing now. Sigma. I'm a Sigma male. The alpha males respect me even though I'm on the outside. Or whatever the fuck it is.
Statements made by our streamers do not reflect
Are
the
absolutely
values
correct.
of Cobrastryke Lightning Bolt.
Don't worry, I'm a Sigma male. Women want me, fish fear me.
What? What an absolutely wild thing to say.
Lip.
Is this not the Devon building? It's not.
No, it's absolutely not.
I will come back and explore this building once I talk to Mr. Devon. Here we go. That guy's gonna greet me.
Look.
Oh, you're really doing this, huh? Okay.
Is that something you've really seen or read, Ian?
What?
Women want me and fish fear me? Is
Have
that
you
what...
not?
No, I haven't.
Hold on, Rusty. I'm gonna take a screenshot real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Are you having issues with your headphone jack?
It's just there are some times where you have to reset the computer for it to register that it has that phone.
Oh, thanks. Stupid.
I'm Mr. Stone, the president of the Devon Corporation. I urge us now that we have quite a bit to thank you for. So you helped out my staff not once, but twice? There's a favor I'd like to ask of a reliable trainer like you. Now I want you to know that I'm a president that you can trust. I'd never be so mean as to ask a favor for nothing in return. Here, give me your Pokénav, plus for a moment. That sentence had a weird kerning. Can now use the BuzzNav function on your Pokénav Plus. The function that I just added is the BuzzNav. It's an indispensable tool for any trainer who is traveling out in the world. Use it and you'll be able to get the latest news from around the region and from your own friends, anytime and any place. Now let me get to the important issue of what it is I need you to do. I want you to deliver this letter to a man named Stephen. You should find him in Dewford. What'd you say your name is? Matildo? God, that's weird.
Rusty, I want you real quick to go look in streaming, please.
Oh, these kids today with their wacky names. Okay, I'm I'm gonna go look in streaming. Fuck. I hate that. I kind of want one though.
Oh yeah, no, it's very much
What Ian has shown me is a collection of hats. Oh, you linked the thing.
yeah.
Love me some Homestar 10.
Okay, no, that's a hat I want. But no, the women want me, fish fear me. Got started with a bunch of old white,
Yeah, it's like a kitschy
old white boomers.
yeah, it's like a thing that was printed on.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a wine a fishing grandpa's wine mom. It's wine o'clock pillow.
Yeah. And millennials have taken over.
Yeah.
As they do.
A floatstone. I can give
That's
that.
my favorite gag in the game. Oh, go upstairs after this. This is my favorite gag in the game.
Oh, don't worry. I'm exploring the whole space. A premiere ball. Ooh, maybe I could put a Togepi in there. A Toge.
So, you remember what trainer class the guy who gave you a that floatstone was?
An ace, yes.
Yeah, he was an ace trainer.
Yeah.
What's the gag, Nathan?
Because you took away his floatstone. Now he's heavier.
Oh my god.
It's my favorite gag in the game.
That's wild.
Yep. It's in the vanilla game.
I can't believe they did that.
Yep.
I don't know if I like it.
Come on, it's funny.
I get it, but it made fun of for being fat a really long time.
Oh yeah, but
So.
it's not like, haha, look at the fat guy. It's like, it's not haha, look at the fat guy. But it's just a visual gag tying into the mechanic of the game.
Yeah.
I would like to use cut, yes.
If you do believe, you get the miracle seed back here. Yeah. Talk to the little girl.
My Miracle Seed.
Let's look at my items.
Miracle.
I'm going to give that to my boy Lump.
Whoop. Just organize your items so that they're all. Now you
Whoop.
don't have enough to.
You could go big brain and give your Furret the floatstone so it takes less damage from low kick.
I could do that.
Well,
You're not wrong.
From that, you could give it to.
You are about to go fight the fighting gym.
Yeah, you could just give it to anybody.
We are at a high level.
It would make you less vulnerable to low kick and grass knot at the cost of being more vulnerable to heat crash and heavy sleep. And I guess also knockoff.
It makes us less vulnerable to early game moves and more vulnerable to late game moves.
It's a very niche item. Catch the old man.
Hup.
Well done.
What was my? It was my not good Irish accent. Hold on, lass. Belay that,
Wait.
Pico.
This is supposed to be an Irish accent?
You are.
No, keep going. I mean, it's neutral nose. Who knows? Who knows? But it just means it would be the maximum base power, 120. It's not like
Ahoy! We struck land and due for lass.
it comes in brackets. So just anything above a certain weight gets the power. So it's not like it does more out on because it's the thing in the game at that point. Just once you pass a certain threshold, it hits max power.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the SS Wingle. Thank you.
Oh, you got to talk to the kid, learn what the trendy phrase is.
Potion
festivals?
I did not know witches were canon in Pokemon.
You can change the trendy phrase, I think.
Yeah, if you say no to the kid outside, I think that's how you do it.
Yep. Ocean Festival. I think. Oh, never mind. I'm going to hang on to that one.
No, I think that I might actually look up this part because he has almost certainly hacked what you can do with code words here.
Yeah.
So that might be something that I hook up because that's like a part of the game.
All 14 people in Dewford are getting tipsy. Rusty, is it time for crab? Ooh, it's got the plays. In Gen 3, if you told it like Mudkip Ball, or Torchic Ball, or Trico Ball, depending on what your starter was, that's how. I forget exactly how it works.
Caleb is still low level,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, Nose, I think you're talking about the Primo Egg, where it generates a code based on your trainer ID, and if you tell it to, there's like you can find a generator decoders for it online if just by putting in your trainer ID. So if you tell them, if you figure that out, and you can tell Primo certain codes, and they'll give you an egg for a Slugma, a Mareep, and forget what the other one is. Whooper, I think.
Yeah, and Dre definitely changed those in his Storm Silver hack to be a specific set. And I'm certain he's going to have done the same thing here.
How do you say that name?
I didn't see it. What is the name? Oh, that's Caleb.
Backpacker Graham.
It's Caleb.
Yes, I get it.
Ow.
Smack!
That's a good attack animation.
It was very something.
I didn't say it's a powerful looking attack animation. I said it's good.
Rusty,
Oh, excuse
not
me.
Rusty. Adam, I'm going to get you a clip to help you out with that no balls run.
Pat rat. I'm just gonna kick the shit out of this rat. Get. Just ruined that rat. That's very funny. Execute, die. You grew up with the raging seas, didn't you? All right. We're gonna, instead of trying to get through this cave in 4 minutes, because I know there's like a cutscene in it, we're gonna take a break for now.
Yep.
I will see you for this stream
Yep.
on Friday again. On Sunday, we have been cooking up a little something special, and by we I mean Nathan. I know that he has plans for me. I do not know what they are.
Do I have planned?
I do not know what they are, other than they are Smash Brothers related.
Yes.
If you guys don't know, we have a long-standing bet between Ian and I that if
That's true.
Sora Kingdom Hearts ever came to Smash Brothers, that is when I would get into Smash Brothers, and that he would not play the game for 1 month after Sora came out. And that gives me time to learn the game and learn how to play it and get prepared to do battle with him. And so a month from Monday, we are going to have that battle. But in the intervening time, particularly this Sunday and I think some intervening Sundays, Nathan and I are going to do some hard battle training for Super Smash Brothers.
This set of streams is going to be called Nathan Teaches Rusty How to Play Smash. And that's as much as I am telling Rusty at this point.
And I am along for the ride, it seems.
Yes, yes, you are.
Yes. Now, is this the best way to teach Rusty how to play Smash Bros? Almost certainly not. Is it going to be the most entertaining? Almost certain.
Another thing that I'm probably going to do is what I know I'm going to do is just run through World of Light with Sora once it's out, and I might do that on stream even without Nathan and Ian. But we will see. If I do it on stream, it'll probably be during the day and just like me just practicing.
Yep.
So if any of that sounds good to you, that's what the next couple of streams looks like here. Of course, you can come hang out on Wednesday and see Ian do his run, his very first run of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Yeah.
Yep. It's randomized.
Yep.
It's a Nuzlocke.
It is a randomized Nuzlocke.
Yeah, we're having lots of fun with it.
It is a lot of fun. I am particularly enjoying it. It's very funny to me.
So,
So yeah, that's what we got coming up. That's it for us for tonight. We'll see you when you see it. Peace. What?
Remember to protect trans people, and also fuck Christopher Columbus. And if you defend him, you're a cunt. Bye.
Yes. Agreed. Bye.